Welcome to All Electric Conversations, where we talk with pioneers in traveling with electric vehicles. We're your hosts, Katie and Steve Krivolovic of the All Electric family. From road trips and towing to daily life, we'll hear stories of wanderlust and progress to inspire your own adventures with All Electric Conversations. Hello and welcome to another podcast. Today we are doing something a little bit different. Today we're talking to our kids.
Yes. What are your names, kids?
Hello, my name's Kennedy. Hello, my name's Madison. Hello, my name's Oliver.
And how old are you guys?
I'm 10, but I'm turning 11 in 3 days.
It'll actually be Kennedy's birthday the day that this podcast comes out. So happy birthday to Kennedy.
Happy birthday.
How old are you, Madison?
I'm 9.
How old are you, Oliver?
I'm 7.
All right.
We had a question from somebody that was wondering what our kids thought of traveling in an electric vehicle. So that's one of the main topics that we'll be discussing today with them to see what they think. And we have not really given them any guidance on this conversation, so let's get into it.
Yeah, just about 10 minutes ago, we told them we were going to do a podcast with them.
We were in my car, and none of us have been on a podcast. So. Well, we have been talking to other people.
Yeah, they've done some Zoom calls with people. But let's jump into the first question. So, Kennedy, do you like traveling with an electric vehicle?
I like it because it just basically forces you to adventure more at your stops, and you get more time to spend at your stops.
Maddie, what do you think?
I think I like it, but it's just kind of when you're getting to see your friends, it just gets really eager because you have to wait longer, so it just gets me upset because I have to wait longer, and I don't like waiting long to see my friends.
Can you give an example of that?
If we were going to Gothenburg to see our friends Eli and Aubrey, it would normally take 3 hours, and how long would it be
with the truck?
Yeah.
3 hours and 15 minutes.
So it takes longer, and or if we're going to Colorado, somewhere fun, it just takes forever, and I don't like it.
Yeah, well, yep.
It would be interesting to see. We should rent a gas vehicle and see if it feels any shorter to her at this point.
It's just always exciting to get there, but it does take longer. You're right.
So, Oliver, what do you think?
I think that it's really cool because I like how it's silent because I had to stop and stop and do the video when we had a gas car.
So part of it's that we filmed the video with it. Yeah. What's your favorite place that we have gone with our electric vehicles, Madison?
My favorite place we've gone with our electric vehicles, I don't know, because I feel like literally the only place we've gone to is Colorado.
Okay.
We've been to South Dakota, we've been to Arkansas, we've been to Nashville, we've been to Texas, we've been to Louisiana.
Nashville was your favorite? Okay. Ollie, what was your favorite?
Colorado.
Mine was probably Minnesota because it was a trip surrounding me, because you may or may not know that I like snakes, but we had to go see this snake zoo, and I loved it. It was Snake Discovery, if you know that.
Yeah. That's true. We did go to Minnesota too.
We did.
And I loved it.
In your day-to-day lives, does owning an electric vehicle make your life better or worse, Oliver?
It probably makes it
better.
Because sometimes I'm mad, and if if I need like a fidget, it will always be really satisfying because you can hear it.
Oh, you can hear the fidget while you're in the car?
Okay.
Right.
That makes more sense.
I thought you were saying the car's the fidget.
All right, Kennedy.
Okay, so there's good and bad things about owning an electric car. Like, there's some days that you don't want to be the main center of attention because of your car. Like, people see sometimes your car at school, you're just bombarded with questions, and you're like, I don't want this. I'm literally trying to leave. I'm like heavy clarinet in my hands. I'm just trying to leave. I just want to go home. I've had a tough day already. Like, that, like, you don't want to answer on that days, but then sometimes it's a good like conversation starter. Like, a lot of stuff is, and it just is a good conversation starter sometimes, like I said. But then I do really like it when we're traveling more over a gas car.
Good answer.
Technically, like both to me because like it's just sometimes like people at school are so annoying about like you're so cool, you're so cool, and I love your car. Like they just don't stop talking about it. And for example, like, and people don't understand what type your car is. Yeah, like some people say a like a different type of electric car, and it kind of like just you don't want to be like it's kind of like upsetting because they don't know what your car is, and you just don't like saying like that's not the right one. Get it right, bro. And also I like it is because it's just cool and it's definitely it's inspiring for other people to like see like, oh, that car's really cool. I want it, and like it's fun to have like we could talk about it for the people to know if they actually want it.
Good job.
And some people some people call it a Tesla truck, and it's kind of funny.
It's funny when
It
They call
is.
it the wrong one.
So then when we're on road trips, do you guys feel like we're stopping too often? Or when we are on a road trip, are you ready to stop and we have to stop to charge the car?
It seems like we don't stop enough sometimes, like especially on short trips. Like I'm so used to like if we're going on a long distance trip, I feel like we're stopping just the right amount because I know like there's like normally like maybe 3, 4, 5 stops, and they're always like really fun stops. I'd say sometimes because of like I mean like spending time with your family while your car's charging for like 30 minutes. It adds up to a lot on a trip, but sometimes there's trips that feel like we just stopped like 15 minutes ago, even though we didn't. We stopped like maybe an hour ago. And it feels like that feels like when we stopped too much.
Oliver, what do you think?
I think that it feels good. It's the right time to stop because I'm always sometimes like bored and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're kind of our wiggle worm, aren't you? You're usually ready to move around. Maddie, what do you think?
Like what was the question?
So do you think that do you feel like we're stopping too often, or do you feel like you're ready for a break when we have to stop to charge the car?
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't know?
It's hard. Like sometimes I feel like there's too many stops, and sometimes I feel like there's too less stops.
Would you distinguish that between towing versus not towing? Or not really?
Not really. Like if it's a short trip, I feel like there's too much chargers, and if it's a long trip, I feel like there's like just too many.
You're ready to get there if it's a long trip. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me too. No matter what I'm taking. So I would like to know which truck each one of you likes better, the Rivian or the Lightning? And we'll go with all of them.
I like the Rivian better because it goes faster, and some people might not agree with it because I like fast cars, and it's kind of cool because it's kind of like a tiny truck.
Okay.
Yeah. Madison?
So I like them equally because they both have their advantages and disadvantages. Like the Rivian goes faster, but the Lightning goes slower. The Rivian doesn't have massaging seats in the front whenever I sit in the front, and the Lightning does.
All right.
All right.
Kennedy.
For me, it's gonna have to be the Rivian. I am very adventurous. Because who doesn't want to be adventurous? You're missing out on a lot if you're not adventurous.
Calling some people out.
You get to go off roading. It goes fast. It just is more fun than the Lightning because the Lightning you're gonna pop a tire if you go off roading probably. I've seen that happen. You're not gonna be able to win any races.
Who throws a shoe in a podcast?
Right here.
All right, so you pick the Rivian.
Okay, so then my next question would be so we know which one you like better, but which one is more comfortable? Let's start with Madison.
Finally. So the most comfortable truck is the Lightning. It has the most space, and like the Rivian are like bunched together. We're literally like this. And but in the Lightning we have our own personal space bubble, and we're not like bunched together. And and Bella can fit in the back like with us very easily without being like, oh, I'm gonna die.
Kennedy, which one's more comfortable for you? Me, it had to be the Lightning. I am a tall person. I'm 4'6", I think, so I'm pretty tall. And the Rivian, it just feels like it's scrunching my legs. I can't straighten them out if I need to like lift one of my legs up to stretch it out or something like that. I can't do that in the Rivian. My legs are too long. So that's probably the longest part of my body. Well, it is the longest part of my body. But like, the Lightning has more space because I can stretch out further. I don't feel so cramped with my long arms, long legs. It just is more comfortable. But the Rivian, I still like the Rivian, but the Lightning's more comfortable. If you combine the Lightning space with the Rivian, mwah.
Mwah. All right, Ollie, what do you think? Which one's more comfortable for you?
Probably the Rivian because I really like being squished together because sometimes I'm cold.
Oh,
I see.
get to cozy up with your sisters, huh?
When it is colder, I do like Rivian. So I kind of agree because you.
All right.
What's your favorite thing to do at charging stops? Kennedy.
I really like dolls, so it's either brush my doll's hair, like go outside if I don't have my dolls with me, or like just spend time.
All right, Oliver, what's your favorite thing to do at charging stops?
Probably go and then find candy to eat in the car.
You sound so enthusiastic.
Yeah, you're so excited about that candy. Okay, Maddie, what's your favorite thing to go do?
So it's the same as Kennedy, like hanging out with my American Girl dolls, and also I also like getting out, stretching my legs, and doing cartwheels.
Yeah, you guys do that all the time.
Yes, cartwheel after cartwheel after cartwheel.
Whenever you can't do a cartwheel for us, like if you're stuck in the car all day, like even if you're in a hotel or something, we just go cartwheel.
So when we are road tripping or towing the camper, which one do you like best?
So going on a trip without the camper or going on a trip with the camper?
Madison.
Both.
No? Okay. That's
They're
fun.
just like equally like if we're going to like Branson with the cousins and stuff, or like
Yeah,
staying in the cabin
that's fun.
because we're by them, and then like if we're like by ourselves or like in Colorado or something, I like camping.
Okay. Oliver.
I like with the camper because in the camper we have a big bed and a small bed on top.
Yeah.
And it feels more. It feels more. It feels more secure.
Okay. Kennedy.
For me, I like the camper a bit more. We do get stuck more with camper, obviously. Like because we have this heavy thing behind us, but I don't care getting stuck. It is so much more adventurous getting stuck, I feel like. Like I said earlier, I am very adventurous. So it just I like the camper better also because like it just feels more like something I'm familiar with. Sometimes I don't like something I'm not familiar with. Like I have trouble like doing other stuff. Like if I'm in a hotel room, I would have a lot of trouble doing my homework. Whereas if I'm in the camper, I'd have a bit more easier time doing my homework.
So, you brought up getting stuck. So when we got stranded with the lighting and we had to get a hotel room and all that stuff, do you guys feel like that ruined our trip? Madison.
No, because it just made it like more adventurous and definitely weird and fun. It was just strange because it's never happened to us before. So
Yeah.
Oliver, what do you think?
It didn't feel like it ruined our trip because I actually sometimes I actually sometimes like going into hotels because there's kind of more comfortable beds.
Kennedy, what do you think?
What was the question?
Did it ruin our trip when we got stuck?
It definitely ruined the moment because I was very upset. Also, I left my phone and I'm pretty sure my expensive American Girl doll in the car, so I was very scared. But it ruined the moment, but it didn't really ruin the trip. It definitely ruined the moment though.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, you guys were pretty excited about having to stay in a hotel, though, weren't you?
Yeah.
At least it was right by the charger, so we could
Yes.
just walk over because we have no car.
The charger that didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
my question would be to you children, if we could take our electric vehicle anywhere this summer, where would that be? And let's start with Madison.
Either Texas, Nashville, or Alaska.
All right.
Okay.
I like all those. Oliver?
Probably Alaska.
Alaska. I would love to do that too.
I have a few places on my bucket list. The Chicago American Girl place.
I knew that was going to be there.
Minnesota again. I love that so much. And then Yellowstone. I've been wanting to go there like ever since I was like 6, 7,
Yellowstone.
5.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's a very long time for sure. And those are just 3 like places, but I still do want to go to Alaska. And Space Camp. Well, that's not really an electric car trip, but I mean we'd have to drive down there.
I want to go to Chicago too for the Olympic.
So I have a question for you guys. Do you guys remember taking trips in a gas vehicle? Do you remember taking them? Oliver?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Did it feel different than taking a trip in an electric vehicle, or does it really just kind of feel the same?
It kind of feels the same, but it's kind of different because there's no sound.
Okay. Maddie, what do you think?
Our most recent trip, like far away with our gas vehicles, was Moab, Utah, and that definitely felt different to me. And even though like sometimes I feel like gas cars, they have a little bit more room than some electric cars do, and just felt more spacious, especially with Bella and stuff.
That's a big truck.
Yeah, that was our F-350.
For me, I felt different feelings when it was over. My back would be like ache, my legs would ache, like everywhere would just like that was sitting on the chair would like ache, like even my hands would ache. Like, and it wasn't the most pleasant feeling arriving back because we didn't stop as much to get enough breaks. But I don't really remember much trips. I don't have a very good memory, so I don't remember like actually doing that. But I remember being like really bad. Like even driving from Omaha, I would feel that way. So
All right.
I want to know, do you guys miss going to a gas station? Madison.
No, because literally when we stop at literally everywhere we stop, like at like charging, it's a gas station. So
Well, gas stations are Walmarts, right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
I actually like stopping at Walmart's better than I like stopping at gas stations. I don't miss stopping at a gas station, though sometimes if you're like traveling with a friend that has a gas car, and then you have your electric car, they're probably gonna arrive there a little bit before you. But that wasn't the case one time. But it just I don't miss going to a gas station because half the time it's a Walmart, which I kind of like Walmart's better than I like shopping like at Walmart's better than I like shopping at a gas station because the gas station is just junk food, but then the Walmart's a bit better.
Oliver, do you miss going to gas stations?
No.
Nope. Just to know.
Just to know.
That's an okay answer.
Oh, you have a question for yourself? What's your question for yourself?
Why am I yawning so much?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you guys.
If you're listening to this and not watching, you might not see that, but Maddie keeps yawning. Is there anything that you miss about gas vehicles?
Yeah.
Ollie says no. All right, Kennedy.
Probably
The space
Okay.
with my
Space.
legs.
Okay.
Don't miss.
Do you feel like though that there's less space in say the Lightning versus our last gas truck, or do you feel like it's the same there?
They're the same, weren't they?
They were Fords.
Same, but once it feels like weird. I think it might be just like the interior color once felt smaller, but yeah.
So, when we were doing trailless travel, we used to always take this truck named Blueberry. I kind of miss Blueberry.
You like the color of that truck, don't you?
Yeah.
That was a fun colored truck.
Yeah.
Maddie?
Is there anything you miss about a gas vehicle?
I honestly can't really remember.
So
Yeah.
you must not miss
Yeah.
anything. Another yawn. This is such a riveting podcast, I guess.
Or a Rivian podcast.
Ooh, it's a Rivian podcast.
Well,
Oh.
it's basically
What is your favorite thing about an EV? Kennedy.
Probably. I've said this multiple times, but you get to stop. Your back isn't aching nearly as much in a gas car when you get out. There's so many more benefits. You can stop. You feel like you get more attention because your parents aren't just driving or filming or something like that. You feel like there's more time to eat. You don't feel like you're gonna get yelled at if you spill your sauce all over the car because you're not gonna eat in the car.
Oh, okay.
So you just
Spill your sauce.
feel like it just feels more like fun and more, I guess,
Laid back.
laid back. Not
Yeah.
as like, we gotta get there, we gotta get there.
You gotta go.
Oliver. No, all right, Madison.
I honestly, there's a ton of benefit.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a good one for you. Are mom and dad grumpier in a gas car or an electric car?
Electric.
Electric, all
All right.
right.
You said gas.
Range anxiety.
Bad.
Gas.
Yeah, but because chargers don't work.
Yeah.
Gas.
True.
Gas.
Gas, you think
Yeah.
gas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys grumpier with a gas vehicle or an electric vehicle?
Gas.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because we're like, when we get out of the car.
Yeah, you guys got just a little bit, you'd be cooped up for too long at one time.
Why do you think your parents got an electric vehicle? Kennedy.
Because they thought it was cool.
Okay.
Because my daddy likes solar panels.
Okay.
because my sister that sister started Kids Save the Earth,
Okay.
and they wanted to help save the Earth.
All right.
Okay.
Good answers.
Who do you think likes driving an electric car more, mom or dad? But Maddie's got both. The other two are pointing to
All
dad.
right. Saying Bo.
Eat my finger.
Okay.
Kennedy says dad, and Oliver says dad.
All right. So I win.
So, what's been your favorite electric car that we've been in all together? Because
Yeah.
we've been in a few
Tesla.
other Teslas and stuff. So, what was your very favorite, Oliver?
Probably the Tesla that we rented. I forgot what it was.
We rented one.
Maybe with the Model Y that we had to get when the
Yeah.
Model X was.
Okay.
Okay.
First ever Tesla.
Model S.
Yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah, maybe we could have dance video.
You and me both. Kennedy.
It's kind of a competition between the Mach-E and the Rivian because I really like the Mach-E. I want one when I'm older if nothing else beats it, but I do want an electric Jeep, so
Yeah, that'd be fun.
they've definitely inspired me to get into electric cars.
And if we get a Cybertruck, what would we I'm asking the parents this. What would we take it on trips?
Oh yeah, we would take the Cybertruck on
Oh,
trips.
Yeah, so let's have the kids ask you a question. Good
If
job.
we got the Cybertruck, what would you name it? Mommy.
Gosh, that's a tough one. I
That's
haven't thought
rough.
about that yet.
Yeah,
Maybe like Silver Bullet or something.
yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Silver Bullet. Kennedy.
I would call it the Stealth Mobile.
Kennedy, what would you call it?
I would call it, you know those jets that like
Yeah, and the Stealth Bomber.
stealth bomber. I'll call it a stealth
Yeah.
bomber. It kind of looks like a stealth bomber.
I would call it silver mirror, because you could probably see your reflection.
Good.
Wait, what's the car that we're talking about? I forgot.
The Cybertruck?
Oh, I would name it Cybe.
Saidi.
Now I'm gonna ask them something again. Would you go to a faraway friend's house with the Cybertruck?
Yep, sure
Yeah.
would.
This is just
I'd take it pretty much anywhere.
Yep.
I kind of have two.
All right, ask them both.
Will you buy me my electric Jeep when
No.
I turn 15?
No.
Gotta work for it, sister.
Okay.
No, I won't buy it for you.
What's the second question?
My second question is, will the Cybertruck tow?
Yeah.
Toe.
Yes.
What?
Camper. Airstream.
Yes, of course.
It kind of fits the Airstream though.
It would be cool.
Airstream 2.0.
Ooh.
All right. If your friends got their first electric vehicle and they were getting ready to take their first trip, as kids, what advice would you give them? What would be a tip that you would give your friends if they were going on their first road trip in an electric vehicle?
Prepare to stop for a long time. Always notice that it's gonna be silent.
Probably to spend the most, whatever time you can on the stops because it makes them more enjoyable and make them seem less long instead of just spend like time, play a game, do something.
All right.
Okay.
All right, I think we might have some wiggle worms that are about done with this. But if you have any other questions that you want the kids to answer, drop them in the comments of the video or on the podcast.
Yeah.
You can also shoot us an email because we know everybody kind of always has wanted to see what their take was on it, if they hated it or not. You guys say thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Give us a big thumbs up and subscribe. And
subscribe button, like button.
Thanks for listening. Find all of our show notes at allelectricfamily.com/allelectricconversations. Be sure to connect with us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at All Electric Family. Find us on Twitter as All Electric Fam. You can find our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you enjoyed this story, please be sure to share it and hit that subscribe button. Leave a review and help inspire others to hit the road. Until next time, stay charged.